Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Nami, and this is the video for Virgo new moon that is blossoming in darkness tonight on August 23rd around 2:06 a.m. in the Eastern time zone. So in the Pacific time zone, it is happening later on the night of August 22nd. But this is such a purifying, cleansing, reset point of a new journey, new chapter, new cipher, new reality point. This, since the last Leo, um, Leo new moon, Aquarius full moon, portals have been opening or some kind of a profound shift have been happening. I'm feeling it individually, personally. I'm not sure if you can feel it, but it almost feels like we're being sucked into a new vortex of reality in a way. Crazy things have been happening in the astral field also. It's like a comet or like a, meteor, how you call it, some kind of a celestial object crossing very close to the earth, or it's being witnessed. Um, or not just that, but I've been doing a lot of reset, purging, clearing, detachment. Also, that's one reason why I haven't been consistently recording videos. I apologize. I hope I'm getting back to it with this eclipse season. But this is like time bending or some kind of distortion is happening. It's on a multi-dimensional level. Now, this new moon is a new moon that is happening in Virgo. That is the first one, or first new moon of the two consecutive new moons happening in Virgo. Those two new moons, two consecutive full moons happen every year at one point. Last year, there was a two consecutive full moons that happened in Capricorn. I believe that happened at the end of June and at the end of July, and that two consecutive full moons in Capricorn was very resonating with the astrology that was happening at that point, because Pluto then was transiting through the very last month, last moments of being in Capricorn, right? Pluto ingressed into Aquarius on November 19th/20th of 2024, and Capricorn full moon happening, two times in the sign of Capricorn added another layer of purge with the ending point of one chapter, one era of Pluto in Capricorn that started in 2008. Now, this year, we are not having two consecutive full moons, but we have two consecutive new moons. And that happening at the same time with the eclipse is a very rare configuration. It holds massive power, and we are already feeling it. Eclipse energy lasts with us for 6 months or so beyond after the happening of an eclipse. This new moon is not literally a new moon that is the solar eclipse, but it is the new moon that opens up an eclipse season with this next full moon happening on September 7th is the full moon lunar eclipse happening at 15 degrees of Pisces, and the following new moon solar eclipse will be an eclipse that is happening at the end degrees of Virgo. But this is a starting point, and the eclipse energy doesn't last only after the eclipse, but even weeks up to the eclipse point, we're already feeling this energy. And then with the fact that all the outer planets are still speaking in new signs, this energy has been active very much since the end of March. Neptune moved into Aries, and at the end of May, Saturn ingressed into Aries, and on July 7th, Uranus ingressed into Gemini. So culmination of all those outer planets, and they have been speaking very strongly to one another. And when what outer planets signify is the information stored in our psyche. Outer planets, Saturn, we can see it, but those outer planets are the entities in the universe we cannot physically see. So they govern aspects of us that we cannot really necessarily tap into without our conscious awareness. That is our psyche, that is our subconscious, that is our deep inner collective consciousness and cosmic consciousness. All those outer planets have been speaking to us on the deep, unseeable, unknowable, untouchable level, and then they have been speaking to our own spirit. So something has been deeply stirred deep within us, and a lot of us are wakening up to this higher calling from that space, and then we are shifting in a very profound manner. Now, this new moon is a new moon speaking with uh, Regulus, the star Regulus also. Regulus is at 0 degrees of Virgo. Many of us were born under Regulus at 29 degrees of Leo. Regulus is a royal star which is said to be brighter, like 50,000 times brighter than our sun in within this solar system. So it this new moon is almost to me like the light cleanse. It's the cleansing new moon, because Virgo energy is all about healing, purging, right? Virgo rules our digestive system. What our digestive system does is to discriminate and discern what is poisonous and what is essential and medicinal. What is essential is kept by the wisdom of our body, and what is unnecessary and what is considered as poisonous get excriminated, eliminated by our body. Right now, Virgo energy is really an energy. The highest archetype of Virgo is healing, and then the highest archetype of Virgo is the healing through the spirit, which is whole and complete. The lower archetype of Virgo, I wouldn't say high and low, it's all mixed up together, and then all is good. All is it's nothing is good or bad. Everything is everything, and then it is a part of wholeness. But when Virgo gets too active, it gets, this energy gets too logical, too analytical, too detail oriented, or too perfectionist and judgmental. That energy can serve us to point out the habitual things and patterns that we do everyday daily routine. Virgo rules our daily routine, how we take care of our body, how we eat, what we do, how we think, what kind of thinking patterns are we implementing every day, right? It Virgo energy holds a really keen eyes to determine what is positive habit and then what is a negative habit. So we need to choose to use it that way to clear old habits. And now is a really great time to strengthen or clear our physical vessel, right? Our seeing our physical vessel as the holy temple for our soul, for our spirit. And it, with this new moon, there is this like purifying cleanse happening. This light of Regulus is purifying our system and crystallizing us, our awareness to be a open vessel or channel to communicate with the higher dimensional frequency vibration information. So in order for us to do that, I think many of us are maybe inspired to implement new exercise routine or meditation, journaling, whatever. This is a great new moon to implement and start doing things like that. Now, this new moon creates a yard aspect to this Saturn Neptune conjunction and Pluto. Golden finger, finger of God, is pointing toward this new moon, toward this star, Regulus. This is like inviting us to clear old identity. That's what Saturn and Neptune have been doing in early degrees of Aries. Release what we were thought, like what we were told who we thought we were, how we define ourselves, how we define our reality, who we thought, like how like, this is all about our identity. This is all about how we see this reality, how we see this world. The Saturn and Neptune have been trying to create a new reality. And in order for us to see the new reality, we need to redefine ourselves, right? And then when something shifts deep within us, how we see the outer reality changes completely, right? And our reality, we realize there is not just one fixed reality. Reality is malleable. My reality and your reality may be completely different. What we're focusing on and how what we are seeing can be completely different, right? Anyway, so that Saturn and Neptune creating a new reality, here to create a new reality. Pluto has been ushering us more harsh, more chaos, more destruction. It is heartbreaking, some of the things that's happening, but they are shattering our old reality. What we are facing, what we are seeing is the repetition of the past. And then what the cosmic field is ushering us to do is reset that repetitive patterns and purge and clear so that we can create the new reality by us thinking anew, feeling anew, imagining anew, visualizing anew, dreaming anew, right? Activating all those godly power of imagination to bring a vortex of energy to the brand new reality filled with harmony and peace and ease and love. And then the more that we do that with like like this strong sense of devotion to the greater whole, devotion to humanity, devotion to the love of life, all of us. This is the new moon that we want to use to pray for the whole world, the energy of that kind of deep prayer, that kind of deep vibration, deep, all of us talking on a vibrational level, creating new rhythm, new pattern, new tones, new sound, new sound, new is so needed right now. And with this new moon, right, this is the starting point of the eclipse season. And then also there is Chiron speaking, right? There is Chiron talking to Pluto and Venus, creating a T square. And Venus is also saying goodbye to Jupiter finally. This Jupiter and Venus created a lot of depth, right? Depth of like some kind of a soul spiritual cleanse have been happening this whole month, this whole Leo season, when Jupiter and Venus traveled together. It shifted our heart. It shifted, and then it's almost like they helped us, they helped to align our heart with the galactic heart, with the heart of the source, and so that we can dream again. We can see the new chapter, new possibility. We can clear and release all the worries, all the fear, all the doubts, because worrying and fearing and doubting shows the they only show that we are not trusting the highest good. We are not trusting the brightest, highest, greatest power of the creator of this whole eternity, the goodness of that of it, the power of it, the love of it, right? Love of the source. When we truly, fully trust it and have a complete faith in it, fear, worry, doubt, they dissolve, they disappear, because we know those vibrations do not match the frequency of God, the creator, the universe, the ultimate bliss, love, joy, that high frequency, of the magic of all, the mystery of all, right? So where am I going? But right now, it's the time that we clear, we release completely of all those heavy density of the energies mm, that stays. It's not the earthly, it's the 3D reality. This one of this reality that we exist in holds really dense, heavy, chaos rooted energy right now. It's been staring us up. If you say, like, the past 5 years, a lot of people lived in fear. A lot of people chose certain things based on fear. But we are saying no more to that, right? We no more to that, because that is not the energy of God. That is not an energy of the highest truth. So we are choosing love. We are choosing wholeness. We are choosing divinity, Virgo energy, the divinity. Divinity is the ultimate joy. The ultimate joy is the essence of who we are. After this new moon, we are entering into this eclipse season, but Venus will dip into um, Venus will dip into Virgo. Oops, sorry. Leo, right? And when Venus ingresses into Leo on the following day, right? Yeah, Venus is, oh, well, I forgot to mention this new moon squares Uranus. That's another more potent energy probably than the finger of God, because squares hold earth shattering energy. So Uranus, the planet of a rebel, planet of destruction, planet of abrupt disruption, which is like the lightning, like, right, the earthquake like energy. Uranus, the ultimate awakener, squaring the sun and moon in Virgo. Uranus in Gemini. This is the new energy we haven't felt for over 80 years. This is the first time that Uranus in Gemini squaring the sun, right? Right after the new moon on the same day on the following day on August 24th, the sun will be at 1 degrees of Virgo and it will be in perfect square the following day. But this Uranus is shaken up again. It is disrupting. It is stirring up. It something deep within us. The shake-up may be happening in our external world also, but internally it is a wake-up call from out there. It's almost the tower energy, right? The tower card is the lightning hitting the tower. The lightning is the energy of like the God's higher calling. The tower represents attachments, and this lightning shatters tower and it asks us to let go of attachments, because attachments only create density and the weight that put us down, right? In order for us to awaken, we need to let go of all of the weights. And then on 25th of August, Venus will ingress into Leo. And when Venus ingresses into Leo, Venus will trine Saturn, trine Neptune, sextile Uranus, and it will oppose Pluto. They're all happening on the 25th. Venus trine Saturn, 26th, Venus sextiles Uranus, as well as Venus trines Neptune, and then on the 27th, Venus will oppose Pluto. But under this new moon, we're already feeling it. Venus, our value, how we connect to our own selves, as well as how we connect with others, our value system, our relationship, how we relate to people, how we connect to people, certain relationships that we have in our life, they're all changing because we are changing. Certain vibrational frequency are no longer matching. So we are releasing some of the relationships and some of the people that we've, lived with even. And new relationships are coming in also. And because of the new match frequency level, sound of frequency. But these are really potent times. And I hope you have a great new moon. I hope this was not all over the place. And another, thing that need to be kept in mind is that this new moon and is with the south node, right? It is the purge, it is the clearing, dragon tail sweeping all the old stuff, and we are once again choosing not to let the past to claim us anymore. We are stepping into this new awareness, new sense of self, new body temple. How we connect to this body vessel can be changing too. It's it's this new level, some kind of realignment is happening now within this big portal opening everywhere as we enter into the eclipse season. And with that, under this energy, Mercury and Mars are still speaking to each other. Mercury has gone through the retrograde, a lot of intro, inspection, revaluation, redirection, readjustment, and now Mercury and Mars are together ushering us to take an initiation into a new routine, new habits, everything new, new, new. Virgo energy is the energy of um, the discipline, repetitive discipline, right? Choosing to know that we can be the hermit. Hermit card is associated with the Virgo energy. It's time to go into the solidarity, like inner quiet of our own deep inner cave, our sacred cave of the depths of who we are, to tap into our magic and our mystery and our inner alchemist. This is a new moon of an alchemist. And we are choosing to use our mind, see our mind as the philosopher's stone, and we are using the air element and a lot of air. We have all the elements blending together, right? The air, the fire, and there is water, the earth. We can choose to use all those essential, elemental, divine elements of the earth to create new, to alchemize something new, to create this new self, new reality, new world. It is the purifying, cleansing reset point. And so may we keep seeing the new vision, not get too caught up with what we physically, literally see through our physical eyes, through the informations coming in through media. Under this new moon, we need to unplug so that we can see a crystal clear, beautiful vision of this planet thriving and shining, radiating in love, in peace, in harmony, and so that we can together create that, manifest that into this physical reality as well. Thank you so much for listening and wishing you a beautiful, powerful, empowering new lunar cycle ahead. Thank you. Peace.